guys, welcome to Love Me Some Cooking with Vicki. Today we are going to make loaded baked potato soup. Have you ever found yourself with the crazy weather that we've been having lately and the Polar Express that blew through, I'm sure your area too, including mine. Have you ever went to the grocery store trying to think, oh my gosh, I gotta get everything in, bread, milk, everything else, and everybody and their brother is trying to make chili. And you're thinking, there's no ground beef, I don't know what to do. And then what do? Do you start looking at the neighbor's dog thinking, I wonder how much ground chuck I can get out of that, because you know in China they do that. But here, you don't have to do that. We are going to make loaded baked potato soup, and a lot of the ingredients that we need for that, you probably already have in your home. So what we're going to use is about 7 potatoes, and I'm talking regular old school, out of that netted, package potatoes. So I've already chopped up 6 of them, so I'm just going to show you this one. We're going to chop it up into fourths, and then you just lay them down and cube them. And we're going to add that to our pot. Now, this is such a good dinner, I'm telling you. It's quick, it's easy, and your kids will love it if they're anything like mine. But what we're going to do to this is we're just going to add 32 ounces of chicken stock, or chicken broth. So I'm just going to add that to this, the whole darn tootin' thing. So you don't want to use water, is basically what I'm getting at, because we're not making mashed potatoes, we're making chicken or potato soup. So you're going to put this whole bad boy in here. And then what else you're going to need is a half of a big onion. So I got an onion that was about that big, and I cut it in half and I chopped it up. Saved the other half for dinner tomorrow. So I'm going to add this whole thing to it. And then we're going to put this on the stove with a little bit of salt. Just a little bit, because that chicken broth has a lot of salt in it. But a good old-fashioned chunk of garlic pepper. Now, the only other ingredients that we need for this is going to be a block of cream cheese, bacon, some cheddar cheese, and some green onion. And that's it. How easy is that? So let's put this on the stove and get it going. It's going to take about 8 to 10 minutes. And we want to keep them a little chunky. So I'll show you that in a minute. Alright guys, now we are frying bacon. And I know most of you know how to fry bacon, and I'm not trying to talk down to you, but I'm using my cast iron skillet because it keeps the heat at the same temperature. And this mofo gets really hot. Okay? So, in every packet of bacon, there's usually 12 pieces. So you start off with a cold skillet. Now I know that's virtually impossible when you go to the second batch and third batch, but you want to start off with a cold skillet because that renders the fat very slowly. So what I'm doing here is I'm flipping them, and I flip them a couple times because I'm going to keep a good eye on them. The thing about bacon is the fact that you don't want your skillet getting too darn hot or you'll burn the crap out of it. So if you notice, I got mine on 7, which is medium to medium-high heat. I'm going to actually turn this down just a little bit to bring it back down because I don't want it to brown too fast. So I've got the potatoes and the onions on high, and I'm just going to watch this bacon. Now, the crazy thing about bacon is the fact that the first batch takes a little longer. The second, third batch go really fast. But if you use a cast iron skillet, you almost can't jar. I've got all that bacon grease. Let me tell you what bacon grease is good for. Bacon grease is awesome for green beans. You can put it into green beans. You can put it, and I'm talking just regular old green beans. You can put it into there, but also, what else it's good for, and I take it off the heat for just a second, what else bacon grease is good for is fishing. I like to fish, okay? So what I do is I take some bacon and I cut it up into lardons, which is basically just little strips of bacon, and I put them in a little plastic baggie, and then I've got my bacon grease that, I just take a spoon out, stick it in a little plastic baggie and go over to the fishing hole, and I take that piece of bacon and I put it on my fishing hook and I dredge it in the bacon grease and I throw it over, and I'm telling you, bluegill and largemouth bass love it. And the cool thing about that is the fact that when you take the bacon and you throw it out there, it's not like a worm. when you pull it back in and that largemouth got it, you can pull it off the largemouth, throw the largemouth back or eat it, whatever you want to do with it. But that piece of bacon stays on that hook and you just dredge it in more grease and throw it back out. So, see, bacon grease is good for everybody. But what I do here is I just take this grease and I'll take it and I'll keep it. Alright, you gotta keep it in your refrigerator. So between each batch of doing my bacon, I'll drain that grease off. For two reasons. One, you gotta do it with a paper towel, clean that off, let it sit for a second. But one is because I want to keep the bacon grease, and two is I don't want that thing getting real filled with grease or it's going to pop all over my hands and arms and clothes, and that's not good for anybody. So, now let's go ahead and get started with the second batch. When you're dealing with a cast iron skillet, make sure that you've got a pot holder for the handle, because it ain't like your normal skillet. It'll get hot. The whole thing gets hot. So just make sure you're handling it with that pot holder. And remember, the cast iron is great for a lot of things, but you can also do pizza in this. If you go back and look through my videos, you'll see that I did a cast iron skillet pizza. 20 minutes. Dinner stuff. These things are awesome. If you find them at a garage sale, they're a good find. Alright. The potatoes are fork tender. So that just basically means you can stick a fork in it and it goes in and out easy. Potatoes. Okay? So, we've got our onion and our potatoes in there. Okay? So what we're going to add to this, here's our bacon. All that whole pound of bacon made that little bitty cup worth it. But hey, that's goodness right there. I don't care who you are. Now, you could make this dish with light cream cheese and turkey bacon if you wanted to, and fat-free cheese and all that stuff if you want. But if you want it to taste right, make it right with the full Monty, like I like it. And yes, I said that out loud. And now we're going to take our block of cream cheese and we're just going to break it apart with our fingers. Stick that in there. Keeping it clean. And what we're going to do here is after we got this cream cheese broken up, we're just going to take a potato masher to it. Now, a potato masher is this bad boy. You can get them for about $3 at Walmart. So we're just going to smash these a little bit. And the reason we're doing this is, one, we want to get the starches to release from the potatoes. But two, you don't want to whip the crap out of them with your hand mixer, if that's how you do your mashed potatoes, because you want them a little lumpy, because, let's face it, it's potato soup. Now, this tastes way better than the cans of Campbell or, you know, whatever store brand that you're going for, potato soup. This stuff right here is fantastic. So we're just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to add a little bit of this bacon. And that's it. Just one little handful, because the rest of that we want that to go on it when we garnish it. And we're also going to add about 1 cup of cheese. Then you're going to mix this up. And you're just going to put it back on the stove on low for maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes until it kind of thickens up from the cheese and the starches. And then it's ready to serve. So how fast was that? You have no excuses to order out pizza on a winter day if you've got all these ingredients in your house. Guys, it's ready. This is so thick and creamy. Oh my goodness. It's got chunks of potato in it. So it's better than store-bought, man. Make it yourself. You can't. But look, I'm going to take this bowl and I'm going to ladle some of this. I'm going to add a dollop of sour cream. And yes, you can use that fat-free crap if you so desire. And turkey bacon and all whatever else makes your skirt fly up. But I like it like this. So now I'm going to add some cheese. And to that, some bacon, because nothing burps better than bacon. And a little bit of green onion, because that's how I roll. But guys, thank you so very much for following me on YouTube, and thank you for all your encouraging words and your sweet little emails that you guys send me and stuff. I really do appreciate that. And now you can't, because there's no excuse. It doesn't matter if it's a snowstorm, the Polar Express blew through, it don't matter. Y'all can do this. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.